Home place. Home Place is a short story about a strained relationship between father and son. Gil is the father and Ronald is the son. Both live on a family homestead, farmland, that they have had in their family for many, many years. The homestead was actually passed down from Gil's father, so it has been with the family for many, many years. The homestead itself is extremely important to Gil. As you go on and read the story, you will learn that the homestead, in fact, is Gil's pride and joy. He takes more compassion and has more love for that homestead than he does for anything else, including his own son. So as you read the story, you will see that the strained relationship is a result of the farm and the things that come about that, because the son Ronald wishes to make some of his own choices in life, but he is forced to go ahead and with the choices that his father has made for him. He continuously feels like he is second to the homestead itself. Ronald makes some choices in life on his own, like marrying a woman that his father does not approve of, in fear that she will take over the homestead. Gil is so protective of this land. He continuously tells his son Ronald that he doesn't do enough, he isn't good enough, he doesn't do things the way that they're supposed to be done or the way that Gil does things. So I'm going to go through the questions here in a moment, and then you can go ahead and work on them yourself. But if you have any questions, please ask. I know this is a fairly challenging text and it is a longer text, so please reach out if you do require any more assistance. All right, so I will just briefly go through the questions and give you some hints along the way in hopes that it'll make it simpler when you do go ahead and answer them. So question number 1, what is the home place? And explain. So the home place is, like I just said, the home place is where Gil and Ronald live. It is the land they own and the space that Gil values the most in life, even over his son. Number 2, describe the setting of the story. Is the setting significant? Why or why not? So yes, the setting is very, very significant in the story. So the setting is family land. It is the homestead. A homestead that was passed down from Gil's father, in fact, so it has been with the family for a long time. It is very important to Gil, and like I had already mentioned, the homestead takes over pretty much anything. It's more important to Gil than anything else, even his own son. Number 3, describe the character of Gil McLean. So from reading the story, you will know that Gil likes to be in control. He is very stubborn. He's a very dominant character. Things must be his own way, and he likes things a certain way all the time. So his son can never do anything right because it's never up to his standards. Number 4, describe the relationship between Gil and Ronald and give some examples from the text. So as you know, it is a very strained relationship. It is not a good, healthy relationship at all. Gil doesn't like the choices that Ronald has made in his life, including marrying this woman. Gil wishes that Ronald was exactly like him. And Ronald has chosen to make his own choices in life, obviously, which should be seen as a good thing, but unfortunately, his father Gil does not approve of his choices and wishes that he was exactly like him and doing things exactly like him, which he does not. Number 5, why is Gil and Ronald's relationship the way that it is? So their relationship all stems from this homestead, this farmland. Gil wants to be in total control of everything. He values this farmland more than anything else in the whole world, including his son. Gil wants things done just a certain way. They have to be done just so. And Robert is kind of trying to do his own thing. It's not saying he wishes to make his father unhappy. He's just wanting to do and make his own choices in life. Number 6, how does Gil treat Ronald, and explain? So we know from reading the story that Gil treats Ronald, his son, extremely poorly. He always puts him down. He treats him like he's not good enough all the time. He treats him like a child. He's very disrespectful of him, constantly putting him down. Number 7, where does the story take place? Describe the setting. So the story takes place obviously on family farmland, the homestead. It's Gil's homestead that was passed down from his father. You can explain the setting, describe it a little bit better as well. Number 8, describe Ronald's internal conflict. So what is the problem he is facing within himself? So think about his own conscience and think about the struggles that he is facing in his heart. So he feels like he's not important enough, although he'd love to have his father's love and compassion and support. He feels like he doesn't get that. He feels like Gil has always put the land first instead of him. He always comes second. He feels like he's constantly not good enough. His father doesn't approve of his choices. Everything he does is wrong. Number 9, what is wrong with the way Ronald is looking after the land? What makes Gil happy or critical? So there's nothing really wrong with the way Ronald is looking after the land. It's just not good enough for his father. So Ronald isn't a perfectionist like his father is. He does things his own way. He also wants to make changes, and he suggests a few changes that could be done. And his father shuts them down and says, this is the way things have to be. This is how we've always done it. His father just feels like he would lose control if he gave up that power. So there's nothing wrong with the way he looks after the land. It's just not up to his father's Gil standards. Okay, and number 10, why does Ronald lay looking up at airplanes? Explain. So this is a tricky question. I'm sure many of you may have questions on how to answer this. Essentially, the airplanes are a metaphor for life. So Ronald has always loved airplanes. The metaphor for the airplanes is basically how Ronald was the plane. And he was the plane that could not fly because he was getting held back by his father. So although he wanted to spread his wings and fly, he couldn't fly because his father was holding him back and treating him more like a child and trying to control the choices that he made in life and not allowing him to follow his dreams. Hopefully that information helps you.